What up, everybody? Today we've got some updates on the Nest announcements for their new Nest cameras, and we're just going to kind of follow up to some things that we found out since we posted our last video. So let's get started. Hey everybody, it's George Langenbeer with Silver Hammer Surveillance. Just wanted to get a little update on our last video on the new Nest cameras that were released. You know, just as any other major release, you're going to get more information every day. Things are going to get clarified. I did some more research. I talked to people at Google, and I kind of got some clarification on the Nest Aware service. So yesterday in our video, I talked about how cool the Nest Aware service is, one of my favorite features, how it records for 24/7. It's got that facial recognition. Well, we did find out that they're going to do things a little differently on these cameras. And these new cameras, I'm talking about the indoor-outdoor Nest Cam battery, and I'm talking about the new Nest Video Doorbell battery cameras. Those are the ones available for pre-order now. We've also got the Nest Floodlight cam, and then we've got the Nest Indoor Wired camera coming soon, which I'll talk about how this relates to that as well. But for now, we're talking about those cameras that are on pre-order. So on the Nest Indoor-Outdoor cam battery, that camera, you've got two options. You can use the battery, which is going to get you about 3 months of charge. And then you can get the weatherproof cable, which starts at $32. There's two different lengths. And that cable will allow you to plug that camera into power, and then you won't have to worry about charging the battery. So as far as that camera goes, and Nest Aware is the recording cloud service. First of all, they're offering a free storage option, which gives you 3 hours of events for free. So technically, you don't even have to pay for that at all. And that'll give you 3 hours of events. Now, if you want past 3 hours of events, you're going to need to get the Nest Aware service, and that's what we're talking about here. So on the battery, if you're using that camera as a battery camera, you can get the Nest Aware option, and it will give you an additional up to 60 days of event storage. And what does that mean? That means the cameras will record anytime there's an event, and that's people, vehicles, and animals on that camera. So if you only care about that, and when there's one of those events, you can just go ahead and just have that battery option and not worry about it. Now, if you plug that camera in with the weatherproof cable, then you get the 24/7 storage option, which is the one I like. And why that's important, if you watched our last video, you heard me talk about this. You know, sometimes the camera won't recognize that it's a person or a vehicle or an animal, and then it won't record that event and you miss it. So what I really liked about the Nest Aware service with the 24/7 video is that it recorded everything for 24/7 for up to 10 days, and then you got 50 days of motion events. So even though that's only 10 days, the cool thing about the alerts is that you know about them right away and you're not going to miss anything. So that 10 days was plenty, but it was 24/7. So no matter what happened on your camera, you had it recorded. So that's key in certain circumstances where the camera just didn't recognize it was a person, vehicle, or animal. So you just kind of got to decide on this indoor-outdoor Nest Cam battery if you're going to plug it in or not. If you're going to have it on battery and you don't care about 24/7, then go ahead and do it, and either just have the free option of 3 hours of storage, or go ahead and subscribe to Nest Aware and get up to 60 days of the events, which, you know, might be great, but it just kind of depends on your layout, your house, how far things are. But if you plug that camera in, just know you'll have to get that weatherproof cable to do it, but then you're going to get that 24/7 storage option. So, you know, it wasn't quite clear about that at the beginning, but just know you're not going to get the 24/7 on the battery. And that makes sense because otherwise you burn through the battery pretty quick. But anyway, so I just wanted to clarify that on that particular camera. Moving on to the Nest Doorbell battery, the battery doorbell. That camera, whether you do have the option to use your existing doorbell wiring on that, and you don't have to use the battery. So that's great that you've got the option on this new camera. But either way, you're not going to get the 24/7 on that new battery option doorbell. So you're only going to get the events. Now, the events on the doorbell is people, vehicles, animals, and packages. So that camera will record and store any of those for up to 60 days if you get that Nest Aware service. Otherwise, 3 hours of events for free. But just know you're only going to record those events, and that might be fine on the doorbell. But they give you the options. The old Nest Hello, which is now called the Nest Doorbell Wired, that will still do the 24/7. So if you've got one of the older doorbells, I say older, it's still a great doorbell, still my favorite doorbell that there is, video doorbell that there is. Or if you buy that new, which is still available, that camera, you will have that 24/7 option available to you. So basically, in the grand scheme of things, with these new cameras, you just got to decide if you want 24/7 Nest Aware, if you want to pay just nothing and just have the 3 hours, or if you want the event only. And now the events covered quite a bit. Before with Nest, it was just people. So it's great that they added the vehicles and the animals and packages on the doorbell. So you just kind of got to decide if that's important to you. Do you just want the events, or do you want 24/7? And that'll determine what you do. So on the regular camera, if you're on the battery, you're only getting events. If you plug that bad boy in, you've got the 24/7 option. It all depends on what you want to pay for the storage. And then on the doorbell, just know that you're only going to get events on that new doorbell that's coming out. But if you got the older Nest Hello, now Nest Video Doorbell wired, you can get the 24/7 option. Now, as far as the new cameras coming out, the Nest Floodlight camera, I'm not sure on that one yet because I couldn't find enough information about that one. Now, the Nest Wired Indoor, which is the new indoor camera coming out, I believe since that's wired, the way they're telling me is that camera will have the 24/7 storage option because it's wired all the time. Again, I think they're not doing the 24/7 on the batteries because it's just too much to burn through on a battery camera. So I believe the wired indoor camera that's coming soon will have the 24/7 option. The Floodlight, I'm not sure about yet, but I definitely just wanted to give that update. Again, I'm going to keep updating you as I get more information on these cameras. I can't wait to get my hands on them to truly test them out. And then, because I really like to test these things before I give them to my customers. Now, Nest I kind of trust them because they've never failed me. So anybody that's on our customers, we had a list of people that were waiting for these bad boys. I was waiting for these bad boys. I'm going to go ahead and, explain this to them and make sure that they're educated before they order them. But I still believe that we can order these ahead of time because I think Nest just makes the great products as far as these cameras go. And so I'm still excited about this. But I just wanted to make that clarification. And again, I'm going to keep updating you as information comes out about these. And definitely when I get my hands on them, I'm going to do a review on each one of them. So even though this was just an update, hopefully you liked the video and to take that information for what it is as you make these pre-order decisions. And, subscribe to the channel and we'll be back for more. We talk tech, we talk security. I tell crazy shoplifting stories from my loss prevention days, always entertaining. But until the next video, peace and love.